Arsenal finally win after an eternity. Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham and other sides drop points. It begs the question, who wants to win the Premier League? I am Kolade, and all of that and a big surprise for you in our 11th episode of Naija Football Talk. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome to another beautiful episode of Naija Football Talk. Once again, it's me in the studio and we have Bolu. How was your Christmas, bro?
Yeah, it was a good Christmas.
And your Boxing Day, how was your Boxing Day?
Was let's not lie to ourselves. Boxing Day was messed up for me.
If your team won a game this weekend, can you like raise up your hand? Oh, you can't, because
if your team is in
you can't raise up his hand because you know what happened. But stay tuned, and we'll come back for more.
Hey, Trey here. The FT account we all know and love, but not all love. I'm really excited to be here on Naija Football Talk, and let's get stuck in and talk about football.
And we're back. We have a new face in the studio with us. All our comment sections, we've been seeing them. Where is UTDTrey? We want to see him. We hear from Trey, ratioed, many more and many more. So we did our best, and finally we have Trey here. So Trey, how's it going? Nice to have you here. So first of all, like Bolu, I just have one question to ask you. You know, how was your weekend? Like, what exactly happened? Can you tell me?
Let's go straight to the
point. Yeah, Chelsea. So what happened? What happened in that game? Arsenal, Chelsea. I mean, relegation side against title challengers. And
what happened was no big team won last weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, so it just happened.
No big team won, but Arsenal won last time I checked. Arsenal won last time I checked.
Arsenal are Burnley's relegation rivals.
But we beat Burnley's relegation rivals, and we beat you.
As well as City and Liverpool also drew.
You know, Chelsea fans, you see, this is the problem with them. They are too proud. We've got Ziyech, we've got Pulisic. Mikel Arteta beat them without Aubameyang. No way Xhaka has more goals than Timo Werner has done in the past 10 games. In his past 10 games. So, but the last thing is, if your team won this weekend. Okay.
Jorginho has missed 3 penalties.
But you lost your last match. You lost your last match. That's the bottom of the story. You lost your last match. Jorginho missed the penalty. Werner is clueless. Giroud is clueless. You are clueless. Just Mendy's conceded 3 goals. He drank Kepa's Budweiser. Just admit for the weekend. Admit for the weekend that you were shit. Just admit. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you.
We're still better than us now.
Okay. We'll see. So Trey, Manchester United. We'll see about that. We beat Lampard, bad cook. I'm happy. 3 points in the bag. Yeah. Awesome for me.
Up until the next week next year.
Yeah, no problem. So Trey, let's talk about the Manchester United game, Leicester City. You guys were undone by a late goal from Vardy. So what happened in that game?
Really unfortunate. Our defense let us down yet again. That seems to be a common theme this season. We just need to really focus on solidifying our defense, because attacking wise we have players like Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, Cavani, who can always cause problems to any defense in the world. So the main issue for us has to be defending.
So if you sort in your defense, you genuinely think you can win the title?
There's literally nothing stopping us. That is just the only thing Liverpool have of ours.
Speaking about Bruno Fernandes, I mean, I won't lie. I hated this guy. Okay, hate is a strong word, but I've disliked this guy on this show from the first episode. But this guy can't keep on performing week in and week out. I can't hate him anymore. I'm sorry. This guy is just
when he's doing good for FPL.
Exactly. It's just inevitable. Now he became the first midfielder with the most goal contributions in a calendar year. Like, without mincing words, is he the best Premier League player of 2020?
For me, I feel he's been the best player in the whole world in 2020.
In the whole world in 2020.
Yes, with the impact he's made in our team.
Are you sure about what you're saying?
I can't imagine what will happen to our side if he happened to get injured. We'll genuinely drop out of the top 6. Maybe we'll start competing with teams like Arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. I think Bruno is the only difference between Man U and Arsenal, because this time last year, that was the same.
No, we're not that bad. I don't think we're that bad.
Nobody can be.
The golf cannot be separated by just Bruno.
The last two times Mikel Arteta met Frank Lampard, he beat Frank Lampard. And you know, one of them spent 200 million, one of them did it. So make up your mind on who the better manager is. One of these managers won a trophy. One of them didn't. So make up your mind on who the better manager is. I'll leave you with that. Okay.
Two managers are competing for top. For one is in a relegation battle.
One has won a title.
No, better than the other.
Arteta has more trophies than Solskjaer and Ole combined.
No,
Than
Solskjaer has
and
won the
Lampard
Norwegian
combined.
Cups.
You better go and plot how Arteta can beat Allardyce in 2.
Solskjaer has won a league title. We're not in his
We
league.
are not going to those banter leagues, please. So let's go to Jose Mourinho. A few weeks ago, we were calling Tottenham title challengers, and now they've lost like back-to-back games, and now they played out to a disappointing 1-1 draw with Wolves. Now we tend to say, oh, they have a beautiful style of play, you know, Son and Kane running midfield strings and all of that, playing those passes, but when they don't click, how flat do Tottenham look? Sort of title challenge. Yeah. So West Brom, of all teams, if you expected anybody to pick points against Liverpool at Anfield, I never expected 19th.
I'll be honest, I expected
West Brom
Brom to not lose that match.
How? Why? Based on
First of all, Allardyce is the last person to beat Liverpool at Anfield.
True.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
So I just expected that. The game played out to the way I imagined it. Liverpool dominating possession, Allardyce keeping the scoreline as low as possible up until the 70th minute. And like a priest, from the 70th minute, he brought on a new striker. They had 1 or 2 counter-attacks, got their goal in the 3rd minute, and that was it.
So, Trey, Liverpool and Manchester United, you guys face on January 17th. The home Kings versus the away Kings. Who comes out on top in that game?
I think Bruno Fernandes is going to be
Bruno Fernandes will win the game.
I'll do anything to see Bruno Fernandes score a late-minute penalty and do the celebration.
What did you get injured for then?
I can't imagine. No, I have no hope for the game.
Okay, and speaking of penalties, Jorginho has missed 3 penalties now. Don't you think he should take some tutorials from Bruno for the jump
Doesn't
and
have
whatever?
to like Bruno.
Even his jump is so poor that Leno saved his penalty.
When he missed his first penalty of the season against Liverpool, and we all agreed that he should change, that we should change to Timo Werner as a penalty taker. I don't understand. Let's not go back to the Arsenal game and who should have started, why Lampard started this question or not.
Then last point now is Timo Werner. Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, the German duo, the German flops of the season, the German shepherds from Chelsea. Now you guys brought a proven striker in Europe. You know, he has scored more than 100 goals in Bundesliga and all of that, but now he's struggling. Last 10 games, 20 shots, 8 big chances, 0 goals. What's going on with Werner?
For me, it's a problem of confidence, first of all, which it has accumulated over the last few games. He has missed a lot of big chances. And
in a nutshell, what can be done?
Leipzig must be smiling to the bank.
It's probably a position thing. He's playing out of position and he's not enjoying his best football in that position. He can't dribble. He can't. The only thing he can do against the Fernandes is to outpace them, and he's not been able to do that.
So, bottom line, you agree that he has been a flop so far?
No, he has not been a flop. He has not flopped.
0 goals in his past 10 games.
Even in the games where he hasn't scored,
0 goals in his past 10 games.
I don't think I've seen a final game he has played well this season.
So, to just give us 30 seconds on Kai Havertz so far.
I think it has been disappointing considering it cost 70 million pounds. So, Bayer Leverkusen will be smiling to the bank. He's like
that's one of the top frauds of 2020.
It's like the Matic of attacking midfield. The guy, he has flopped hard this season. I think he has less goal contributions than Saka in the league this season.
Whoa! I think that's probably
in the league. I think
he has 1 goal and 4 assists.
4 assists in the league.
Yeah. Kai Havertz does not have 4 assists.
I doubt it, but maybe let's see. But overall, he has disappointed massively.
Yeah, I agree on that point. But let's not forget that this is a 21-year-old. He's experienced in Bundesliga, yes, but this is a 21-year-old.
All right, guys. We wish we could talk for so long, but we have to wrap this segment up. When we're back, we'll be talking about football Twitter. Okay guys, we're back and we'll be talking about football Twitter now. Twitter has, of course, different segments and all of that, but I don't think there's any part that can be as unique as football Twitter. Over the years, from the banter to analysis, you know, and many more, football Twitter is the gift that never disappoints. And we have one of the popular guys on football Twitter here with us, so I mean, it's only fitting that we just spend a few minutes to talk about it. So we're just going to be asking Trey, like, why did you decide to camp in football Twitter? What was the drive behind that?
At the start, I decided to start an FT account just because my brother had one as well. So I just didn't want to be left out. So I just started and I needed a place to express my love for football and interact with fellow football lovers. That was the main reason why I decided to.
So, and have you enjoyed that decision so far?
Yeah, of course. I've made a lot of friends and
enemies as well.
Yeah, of course. Now Chelsea fans especially. But overall, it's a nice place to be, and it's a fun place with accounts who enjoy talking about football and just love of the game, really.
Yeah, speaking about football talk, there's always the good, there's always the bad, and there's always the ugly, and there's the bizarre and extremely disappointing. So we're going to be talking about the worst opinions, so worst takes that you've seen on football Twitter. Like, what has to be the worst take you've seen on football Twitter?
There was a comparison that was doing the rounds for a while when Liverpool fans were constantly slandering Vidic and making Van Dijk look like the far superior defender. Was constantly
Liverpool fans actually believe Van Dijk is the best defender of all time. Some Liverpool from football Twitter fans.
I don't think he's the best in Premier League history. And the defenders like Terry, Vidic.
I can name about
there's a shout for Tony Adams, players like that. So I think overall it could be in top 5, but best defender in history, no way.
Top 5? I won't doubt the top 5.
No, top 5 in Premier League.
In Premier League, yeah, I doubt top 5. We have people like Tony Adams, John Terry, Ferdinand,
Vidic. Even Company, good shout too.
So what was like your worst take on football Twitter?
I think it has to be the Van Dijk thing as well. Making Van Dijk the greatest Premier League defender of all time. That's disappointing.
For me, the worst take I saw on football Twitter is imagine slating Thierry Henry. Like, do you know the confidence you must have to take a swipe at Thierry Henry, like saying Henry is a fraud. I mean, I wish I could see that person and sitting down here and give him a piece of my mind. Like, how will you call Henry a fraud? Bro, how? But I mean, I don't know. Anyone can say whatever they want to do. So now let's move to the good side. Like, there are some accounts that we know these guys get a lot of interactions, Trey inclusive, and all of that. So who are the guys that you always look up to for those good analysis that you love to see their updates? You are waiting and expecting them.
Well, not necessarily for
it can be any club at all.
Analysis, but just like how I enjoy looking at their tweets. Mostly accounts like CFCMOD,
CFC.
Yeah, I enjoy interacting with him a lot, and his tweets I find them funny.
Yeah, he's actually funny dude.
Well beast.
Yeah, well beast.
I get on my nerves a lot. The way he constantly slanders rival clubs, especially United.
Yeah.
But he's a sound guy overall. Then
the craziest guy on football Twitter, Pogba
Senior, yeah, I forgot. United as well.
That guy, I think he's probably just always on something.
Yeah,
on a different level.
I enjoy that tweets a lot, interacting with them. Pogba Senior, Rizzi. From the other fan base, mostly a small fan base. I can't really mention anyone for now.
Yeah, from the Chelsea fan base, I think I like CFCMOD.
Yes.
Yeah, but from the Arsenal fan base, you've got William as well. You've got William Ozil things. I mean, I like the guy's passion for Ozil, but Arsenal can win a game 5-0, and Ozil things will tell you they are not starting Ozil, so Mikel Arteta out. So this guy is just. I would like to know how he's so dedicated to Ozil, and he paid off because Ozil is going to meet up with him after the lockdown. They are going to finally meet up in person. So, I mean, his dedication paid off, but his head is.
I think he does that because of the lack of creativity in the Arsenal side. Because they've struggled for creativity. Ozil would have solved that for them. It's not like he has done that well for Arsenal overall, but he would have done better than the players that have been played there.
But you know, it's not a wrong take if I say Lampard is still a bad manager. You know, it's not a bad take.
Everyone is entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
You can judge Lampard based on what you've seen from his mistakes this season, and it's fair enough because he's a new manager. So, and the most experienced managers have their own.
And finally, there's this trend. There's the trend on football Twitter, of course, ratio here, and we are very sure that in the YouTube comments, some people will still ratio each other. So we are waiting for that as well. We have to wrap up this segment now, and when we're back, we'll be giving a brief recap of 2020 and the top football moments. A lot has happened this year in the football world, but I'll just be giving my top 5 moments of the year so far. Coming in number 5, Mikel Arteta won his first trophy for Arsenal after just 6 months. 2-1 victory against Chelsea. We let them score first, and Aubameyang did his thing. Easy peasy, no shaking. Number 4 for me has to be the coronavirus pandemic. No one expected, if you had told anyone that football would go on for months without fans in stadiums, that would have sounded so weird. That it happened and it changed the beautiful game a lot, and we're still trying to, adjust to the changes so far. Number 3 for me has to be Bayern Munich their dismantling, humiliation, embarrassment of Barcelona 8-2. No one expected that. Before the game, Vidal said, oh, Bayern have to know that we are not a Bundesliga side. And indeed, Bayern showed Barca that they are not a Bundesliga side, and it was something where we could not explain. And number 2 for me has to be Lionel Messi breaking Pele's record. 644 goals for a single club. It's no joke. I don't think anybody will come close to that record in the next 50 years or even the next century. It's just an extraordinary achievement. And number 1 is quite a sad one, but on the 25th of November, the football world came to a standstill when Diego Armando Maradona passed away. We know all his exploits on and off the pitch. This guy is arguably the best player to have graced the sport, and he's got tributes and celebrations from all over. And just like the Messi record, it's going to take ages and centuries probably before we'll see a player with the genius that was Diego Maradona.
So my top 5 goals of 2020 in no particular order. The first one will have to be Trent Alexander-Arnold's free kick against Chelsea at Anfield. It was not just an important goal, it was a very, very magnificent free kick. Although Kepa made it look more world class than it was, but the quality of the strike, you can't argue with it. It was a brilliant goal. My number 2 would be Joshua Kimmich's goal against Barcelona, the 8-2, the famous 8-2 game. After the Alphonso Davies run, he destroyed Nelson Semedo and put it on the plate for Kimmich. Kimmich later said he was ashamed to even celebrate the goal. It was definitely one of my favorite goals of 2020. Then, number 3 would have to be Karim Benzema against Valencia. Towards Madrid winning the La Liga title in 2019-20, it was a brilliant left-footed volley just on the edge of the box. Well-taken goal, important goal, very, very important to the eventual title win last season. My fourth goal would be Reece James against Brighton on the opening day of the current Premier League season. It was a brilliant shot from outside the box, fantastic finish, fantastic goal all around, very, very brilliant. And I feel that goal paved the way for Reece James' performances this season. That goal put him on. It began that story for him of the brilliant players he has been this season so far. Then my 5th goal of 2020 would have to be Sebastian Hallas' goal against Crystal Palace, the overhead kick, brilliant, well-taken goal. Hallas has had his problems at West Ham. He has not fit into the system and so many problems like that. But that goal was just brilliant. Was technique, placing, everything was fantastic goal.
Okay, guys, I'm going to give you my top 5 players for 2020. I know a lot of people are going to refer to me as a troll or as being delusional, but my top 5 is number 5 is going to be Mo Salah. I think overall, he has been one of the most consistent attackers in England and the world in the last 2-3 seasons. Number 4, I'm going to go with Lionel Messi. Although he didn't really get that much team success, but overall I think it was another solid year for him. Scored a lot of goals and was vital in the Barcelona side. Number 3, Ronaldo. And that top, he won a couple of trophies. Didn't get the big one he craves, but was a potent goal scorer this year yet again. Number 2 will be Lewandowski. He won everything there is to win this year. Scored Lewandowski, scored goals for fun all over Europe, in the Bundesliga. Probably one of the best in the world at this current time. Number 1 would be Bruno Fernandes, without a doubt. And I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but 2020, I don't think there's been a player that's outperformed Bruno Fernandes. He scored goals, he's created chances, he's just lifted everyone around him. He has the right mentality, everything. The only thing that needs to go for him now is to win those crucial trophies. Those are the things that's really lacking in his career now, but in terms of overall ability, he's been the best player in the world in 2020.
Hi guys, it's Mod here, and unfortunately I could not be physically there on the show, but I'm still here to give my thoughts regardless. So I'm going to talk about what's happening right now at Chelsea, and in particular Frank Lampard. So I personally feel like he's currently out of his depth, and like this is in terms of how he's managing the team, the positions that he plays the players, in particular Timo Werner and Kai Havertz. I feel like they should not be playing on the wings, and it's very, very clear and evident. And Havertz has not played his most suitable position so far this season, like properly. He plays best as a 10, but he hasn't been able to do that. Timo Werner, every time that he played as a striker for us this season, he's been prolific. So why change the winning formula? Why hinder your world-class signings? Why hinder your most expensive signings? I mean, you could definitely argue that they've been injuries and it's been to accommodate and like rotate, and I get that, but at the same time, like if you want to get the best out of your players, the first thing you do is play them in their best positions. With that being said, I feel like they should be rested because they're just not on form right now, and Lampard needs to get the in-game management much more spot on because he has been seriously lacking in that aspect, and it's been painful to watch, honestly, as a Chelsea fan. But a lot of people are being a bit reactionary by saying that he should be sacked already, like he should get out of the club. I mean, I feel like it's way too early for that. Like, let's wait. Every single club has had a dip in form this season already, so let's not be quick to jump on that wagon, and instead let's try and back him. Let's try and hope that he can turn things around, because I feel like he actually can. Once we have a fully fit squad again, we'll do better. So yeah, just to keep the faith, and yeah.
Cavani and Vardy, that's a very difficult question, but I will go for Cavani because, I mean, Vardy only started playing top flight football when he was 29 years of age. Before then, Cavani was making his name at Napoli, 100 goals in 138 appearances. He was their top scorer. He went to PSG, 200 goals in 301 appearances. He was also their top scorer. This guy is proven all over, and he has come to Manchester United. He has saved them a couple of times. He has shown his worth again, even in the little minutes he has played. Vardy is a class striker. He remains class even at his age, but Cavani has proven himself in different leagues all over Europe, and for me, he's evergreen.
Cavani or Vardy? It's a very difficult question, but for me, Vardy's record in the Premier League, he has over 100 goals. He propelled his team to the Premier League title almost single-handedly from the Championship. He has proven himself in the Premier League for years. He has got better with age. He has got faster with age. For that, I would choose Vardy. I love Cavani as a player, but in terms of the Premier League, it has to be Vardy for me.
This is a really tough one because Jamie Vardy has been scoring goals consistently in the Premier League for about 5 years now. He's really fast, a constant threat to defenders, while Cavani has brilliant movement, brilliant link-on play. He's a good finisher as well, but I can't look past Cavani simply because he plays for my club and he's done very well this season so far, coming from PSG. And he's settling into England effortlessly, and he's done very well.
It's been an amazing show so far. We had fun in the set, and we hope you guys did as well. Thank you, Trey, once again for honoring the invite.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for having me. Chelsea slander and Bruno Prop is always welcome.
Of course, man. So just a quick one. What are you expecting from football in 2021?
First of all, Bruno ending the Anfield streak. More wins, more titles, success in Europe.
Will Bruno win the Ballon d'Or?
Bruno Ballon d'Or, everything, treble, everything coming up for United.
Yeah, Bolu, what are you expecting for Chelsea next year?
A couple trophies, Arsenal relegation. A couple trophies, Arsenal relegation. Good football as well.
You know, for us now, the FA Cup, they've written our names on the FA Cup as usual. We beat Chelsea, we beat Manchester United. Arteta remains a good manager, and that's all for me. So, alright guys, we'll have to wrap it up now. Thank you to all our viewers out there for watching this wonderful episode. Trey, thank you once again. Bolu, nice for coming on board. We also want to thank Top Bet for being our sponsors. Thank you. Visit the website on your screen. Get there for daily football bet tips. Keep on doing what you have to do, and we have you covered for your football analysis. Once again, this is our last episode of the year, and we want to thank our subscribers for sticking to us from October till December. But we'll be here once again the first week of January to give you what we do best, football analysis with a little bit of banter. Stay tuned, and don't forget to like, subscribe, tweet at us, give us your comments in the section below, and of course, enjoy your football week. Peace out.